The other thing that's not on here that I wanted to talk about was that Ashley works Monday through Friday. She is scheduled to pull 25 hours. She works Monday through Friday, which is 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. We have had residents come in at 2:45 and want to make their payments, either water or taxes or whatever the case may be, if they're paying to use the dump truck or whatever. The problem is, in order to do the deposit, to do all the paperwork that she has to fill out, the sheet is both front and back sided. It takes her a good 40 minutes to fill that sheet out. And that's assuming that there hasn't been an error done, transposing a figure or whatever. So that's why we put the signs up on the door and on the screen out there that we're doing the cutoff time at 2 o'clock, just like the banks do. If you come in before 2 o'clock, we'll take your payment. It'll go to the bank that day and be deposited. If you come in after 2 o'clock, we're going to tell you to drop it in the box outside. That way we can pick it up the following day when we come in. We haven't had any trouble with anybody losing anything out of the box.
Well, the thing about it is that it's safe.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who has the key to the box.
She's the only one that has the key to the box.
So,
she's the only one who has the key to the safe. I can't take payments. If she's not here, I can't take them. And I realize that this is not good for the residents because we're supposed to be here for their convenience, but with the money constraints that we have, we cannot at this point in time offer her more hours in order to be here for the residents. So we don't want to lock the doors at 2 because that would only leave us open from 10 to 2. We don't want to do that. But we are going to stop taking payments after 2 p.m. That gives her the chance to put everything in order, do up the sheets, post those checks to people's accounts, and there's a lot to it. And when you keep getting interrupted with phone calls or other people coming in, it's hard. It's hard to get done by 3 o'clock. And I know there's been quite a few times where Ashley has gotten up and clocked herself out and gone back to the desk and worked another 45 minutes to an hour off the clock. That's not fair to her. So we're going to try it with this route. If this route won't work, then we might have to change the hours. We might have to let it come before council to change her hours where she would get an extra hour in every day. Go from 5 hours a day to 6 hours. We'll have to come up with something. So.
Do you think it would be, I agree 100%. Do you think it would be wise to do like say if your payment's due on Monday and you don't get it here until Monday at 3, you drop it in the box, is it still going to be considered late because you come in on the 2nd and run it?
No,
Okay.
no, we've been taking that in consideration.
Okay.
Honestly, there's been a lot of times where I've waived late fees.
Yeah.
And
Probably shouldn't have said that, so you know, my 5 bosses sitting right here.
but
You're fired.
You've been waiting.
if she's fired, I'm going home. It's yours.
Oh, boy.
Does anybody have anything else?
Yeah. I do actually.
Okay.
We'll touch on base on what he said earlier about that sewer meter. Where are we at with that down here? You have no meter, right?
No.
There is no meter
Why?
on this side of the river. Is that what you're in reference to? Or are you talking about the meter down
The
by those
ESS stuff,
houses?
the ESS stuff that for some reason we don't have a meter down there. We can't judge on what we're using every month.
We're just going off by what they're telling us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, why?
From what I understand, according to Junior, there used to be a meter down there that was at the old pump station, but it is not compatible with the pump station we have now.
My question is it our responsibility to upgrade the meter, or is it the other people's responsibility to upgrade that meter?
It would probably be our responsibility to put another meter in, so we're getting 2 readings, just like I'm trying to do down here for Western Virginia Water Authority. We'll have 2 readings from what's going on down there. We would have 2 readings. Now, years
Maybe we'll get a
ago,
grant for it.
years ago, that we might be able to apply for a grant just for that. I don't know how much those meters are. Years ago, when they started that wastewater treatment plant over there, there could have been a meter put in. But at the time, the mayor that was here, Alan Williams, vetoed that idea.
I
do
just don't
not-
like the fact of going off somebody else's meter that, you know.
Right,
Yeah.
you're going off of somebody else's reading, and I'm not saying that they're wrong, or they're crooked, or they're trying to, you know,
Mistake.
take more money out of us or whatever, but I like having 2 meters where you've got a check and a balance. And,
Might be something to check into, see what that meter is actually gonna cost. Because before you do any grant paperwork, you gotta have a quote from any contractor.
you have to have 3 quotes, don't you?
No, just the one. All we do is just the one. But have that contractor quoted high. Just in case, because material costs today are going all over the place.
Thrasher don't fool around with that stuff, do they?
You know, I do not know. They might be able to come up with the engineering as to how it can be done,
I don't know how much it costs.
so.
I mean, it's just something I think we need to check into.
Who does it belong to? That pump station down there doesn't belong to Allegheny.
Right.
Belongs to Allegheny County. There's gonna be a problem if you have to go down there and bust into that, cut into that. They're the ones that put it in over anyway.
Right. But I found out where the old meter that Richard Unruh kept asking about, I found out where it was. It's no longer there because it's not compatible with the new pump house.
Right, because them was 2 of them. That's when we was pumping to Clifton Forge. All the sewage down there went to Clifton Forge. And put that in on down there. They could have used that one down there because there wasn't nothing wrong with it. They just cut it out after they started going across the river. That's one Mr. Unruh keeps trying to.
Yes, that's the one, and the next time he asks me, that's the only answer I have.
Well, that's the only answer you can give. I mean, if Allegheny County says you ain't gonna cut in down here, you can't.
Right.
You know how much trouble we had getting a meter put up here off of Westgate? That didn't work for a year after they put it in up there. That we took care of all of that and didn't get credit at all for it. She knows that. Does it still work?
That would be a Junior question. I would think it is.
Well, it's supposed to be, I think.
I would think that it is.
They send somebody from the county down to Junior to see about it. Here's the other question I asked you about this. Todd County down there, see, they're gonna buy water from us, right?
Correct.
Okay, so they go on a meter down there, right?
Correct.
Correct. So that's the only thing. Now, here's another, a man's house is on fire down yonder. The fire department goes down there, pumps, gets 8,000 gallons of water down there. Is the town they still gonna pay the town for that? Or is it just gonna be what? That's a question you need to ask them down there before you,
It's a good question, yeah, it is. Because I'm sure any house fire would be more than 8,000 gallons. There'll be a lot more than 8,000 gallons put out a house fire.
it could be. That's the only thing I just throwed that out. Because that's one of the issues that you're gonna have to deal with him. And that's running down there, you know. Or they won't want to pay for that, I hope.
And I also took your suggestion, and we're dabbling in on what would need to be done to classify the rest of the fire department down here, or your, I guess your meeting room where we have the banquets and everything, that would be classified as a warming center, or if there was an emergency where people could go. There's showers down there, there's bunk beds.
Already like that, nobody just never comes by to look at it.
Yeah, nobody comes, but
See,
I took your suggestion and I want to follow up with that, find out what we can do to get that classified as a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Storm?
Emergency center, storm center, warming center.
that's true.
If there would be an accident down here with toxic liquids on these trucks going through, and everybody would have to leave their home.
Yeah.
So,
FEMA, is that what they call it? FEMA?
FEMA.
Okay. That's the one we need to get a hold of, to turn it in on this building up here to help us pay for it.
Crisis center.
Mental, physical.
Yeah, all of it.
I put a call in week before last to Chris Fisher, and he was going to pass my message on to someone else, and I haven't heard from him yet. They could have called, I wasn't here, so I will follow back up again. We no longer have the robocalls. It's not compatible with the UBMax software system that we have, but I know that the schools have the robocalls. So I want to find out from them what company they're dealing with and put me in contact with them so we can possibly get those back here for the residents. So we could have sent out the robocall last week, says, you know, trash is not going to be picked up because we have a foot of 16 inches of snow, or whatever the case may be. That would also work if there's an accident. We could do the robocalls, let the residents know you need to grab what you can and head to the fire station. So, but. Okay. So we're working at things. Ashley, do you have anything to add?
Jennifer asked me about the IRS reimbursement.
The dreaded IRS reimbursement.
I knew that was coming. So I brought the packet with me. As you can see, I created a folder just for that. Long story short, I need to mail this packet out with it and a nice little letter, because they're stating that the third quarter from last year was underpaid. No, it was not.
How convenient.
So I have records in here to prove it, and I have to send the records to prove it along with a note, or a nice political letter, we'll say that, to the IRS. So, kind of a brick wall after the other, but I'm plowing through it, slowly but surely.
That's the government.
Yeah, yes. That's just kind of a reimbursement in a nutshell.
Anything else?
I'm tired.
Jennifer, do you have anything?
Concerning possibly going from 6 members of council down to 4. I hate to see that, but if it's necessary, it's necessary. People don't want to serve like they used to, volunteer, whatever. But one thing I brought up in the past that I think is needed, a question was brought up before the meeting about the vice mayor. No, I would just, if you go through the charter, it's got the mayor, council, town clerk, town treasurer. There isn't anything officially concerning the vice mayor, and I know that the mayor appoints the vice mayor, which is fine. But I'm just saying, I think it would be nice to have something in our charter officially recognizing the vice mayor as a position. And possibly what his role would be in the event of assassination attempt or anything like that. Something,
You could've-
if something
you
drastic
could've-
comes up.
You could have said that I fell in the snow.
No, I just messing with you there, but
You know what, I'm taking the rest of the week off.
no, seriously, I just think it would be nice to have that position official.
There's nothing in the charter.
No, not on the
No,
vice
but
mayor.
I brought it
How
up.
long has already had vice mayor?
I don't even know when it was appointed, when the position came up, how they came up with just the mayor appointing. Usually, you know, it's a kind of elected position amongst the council members, other places, but I don't know when it all came about. It just has been through the years. It's just the way it's been, but there's never been an official. But if that's going to cost money, I don't want to do it. But I just thought we could slip that in there
Right.
with, if we're going to downsize the number of
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Who was the first vice mayor ever? I mean, what I'm getting at is like,
What
is this
year?
like a 2000s
Yeah.
type of deal or?
No, it goes
90s?
way back further than that, but I'm not sure. It's,
Oh, okay.
and also the trash, when will it be picked up at the Rusty Henge?
They should have had it picked up today.
It's still pretty piled up. Unless they put more out there. I mean, because
They could have put more out there
it's-
because Junior said they Junior said they had a lot of trash to
Yeah.
pick up today.
I'm sure everybody had a pile out there.
Yeah.
Everybody had a pile, and so
Maybe it's-
they're gonna go ahead and pick up again this Thursday for
tomorrow.
the residents. No, tomorrow's Wednesday.
Oh, that's right.
They're gonna pick up Thursday to get back on the regular schedule for the residents, and then Junior is off on Monday. He has a doctor's appointment, so we're gonna do the trash pickup for the businesses on Tuesday, which will be the 25th. And I'm getting ready to call all of them tomorrow to let them know when we're gonna be picking up. And then,
Oh, yeah.
okay, well, we're gonna, that way, it'll be Tuesday, and then the following week should be the 1st of March. Hopefully, we'll be back on track with the trash pickups. Norvella, do you have anything? Neil, do you have anything?
Just that meter's all I had.
Brandon?
I got a question.
Uh-oh.
Do you know if the Cobb County offers any kind of service for cleaning out the storm drains with all the leaves in the storm drains with their sucker truck, or being that we pay county taxes anyway? I mean,
We also pay state taxes, you know, when all the others.
There's a problem right there.
I mean, I guess it'd be worth reaching out to the county.
I know they do leaf pickup in Clifton. I mean, like, several of our drains were blocked up with all this rain we had. Everybody's yard was flooded
Yeah.
because of it.
Our whole stormwater system is overall.
Well, a lot of properties, mine included, had water in the yard. I know people with basements had water in their basements, but we were still blessed because we did not lose power.
Yes.
We didn't lose any power down here. The roads were not that bad, so we could still go from point A to point B where we needed to.
Yeah, that river came up pretty good.
The river came up, yes it did. The river
Enough to
came,
give you a scare of it.
I did. I woke up Sunday morning to see that.
the river came up, but on the flip side of that, again, we were still
Still had power, so I
still had power and we were still blessed. So I'm asking God to just continue to bless this little town as much as possible and the residents, and just keep us all moving forward. So
Did we forward the money to the fire department?
we will be doing that. We didn't have enough to vote on it, so we
Right.
haven't sent it yet.
That's coming.
We still haven't. That'll be, everything that we should have done the end of January and everything that we're gonna have to do at the end of February is all gonna be combined to one. So it's gonna be at least a 2-hour meeting, if not longer.
And what day is that meeting on?
Next Thursday?
next Thursday,
I'll
yes.
be here.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be the
I forgot.
27th,
I'm going on
7 p.m.
vacation Wednesday, I can't be
You'll be here.
here. Shut up, honey.
Thursday the 27th, got it.
Okay,
Got it. All right.
do you have anything?
Man,
I wrote down here, Allegheny County, clean out the storm drains. And we'll see what we can. I know that when the, down there by the town, where the guys park the trash truck, when those two manholes start to overflow, we have to call the county. Junior comes back and reports to us that they're overflowing, and then we call the county to tell them. So that might be beneficial for the county. Hey, come down here and clean out the storm drains, and you might not have to monitor what's down there quite so closely. Jimmy, you got anything?
I'm just listening to you do this, so I'll know what I can get on you with when I come back. The county, it belongs to the county down there. I'm trying to explain things. We own the shorelines, we own the manholes, we own all this stuff. But when it gets down there to the last manhole in there, that belongs to the county. So anything comes up out of there, doesn't come into drains, it's coming in from houses or places that they've taken out and have covered it up. And I still say Mr. Unruh's right, that they're over-checking us from it. Should be down there as it goes into that pump station instead as it goes through the pump station over there. For the simple reason we had the trouble with here from Westgate. We had a hard time getting them to put a meter in that down there. Because it comes off there, comes down there, goes into their system, and we've been paying for it. The town's been paying for theirs in there in Allegheny County. But nobody. And I'll find out about that for you too. Who was the mayor back in the day?
my man.
Got any questions? No? Mr. Clark, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. We're happy to help you with emergency notifications, though, so we can work with Ashley anytime you want.
That'll be great.
Bless you.
That'll be great. All right, well, if nobody has anything else, it is 7:48 p.m. I guess we will adjourn.
See you on the 27th.